It's a very good morning to all of you. In this video lecture, you are going to learn about FET. What are the different the categories of field effect transistor? Then JFET construction and operation, JFET transfer and drain characteristics, square law expression for ID and Rin. Dear students, you already studied the BJT, the transistor, the bipolar junction transistor. You studied in different configurations. So let us understand what are the differences, what is the comparison between BJT and FET, or what are the differences between BJT and FET. BJT, as the name tells you, that it is a bipolar junction transistor or bipolar device, but FET is an unipolar device. BJT is the current control device. So how the BJT is a current control device? Dear student, try to understand. So take the BJT or transistor in the common emitter configuration. The current flowing through the base, which controls the current flowing from collector to emitter. So the input current at the base, which controls the output current flowing from collector to emitter. Hence BJT is a current control device. But FET, the expansion of FET is field effect transistor. So this is an voltage control device. Try to understand how it is voltage control device. The voltage at the gate, which controls the flow of the current from drain to the source. In BJT we have the three terminals. BJT is a three-terminal device. Collector, emitter and base are the three terminals. But in FET we have the source, drain and the gate. BJT has a low input resistance, but FET has high input resistance. BJT is a positive temperature coefficient, but FET is a negative temperature coefficient. Next difference is transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics is linear in BJT, but transfer characteristics is not linear in FET. BJT has a greater gain bandwidth product, but FET has small gain bandwidth product. BJT can be used as an amplifier. So this you already studied in the previous module. So how the BJT can be used as an amplifier? So it should be operating in the common emitter configuration. When the transistor operating in the common emitter configuration, that can be used as an amplifier. But FET can be used as a switch, ideal switch. Sometimes it can also be used in the amplification applications. As I told you, field effect transistor is a voltage control device or voltage operated device that can be used in switching circuits, that can also be used sometimes in the amplifier circuits. Next, classification of FET. How FET can be classified? Mainly, field effect transistor can be categorized into two types. One is JFET, means junction field effect transistor. Another is MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. JFET is further classified in two types. One is N-channel JFET, another is P-channel JFET. And the MOSFET, which can be classified further into two types, enhancement type and depletion type. In the enhancement, we have the P-type enhancement MOSFET and N-type enhancement MOSFET. Under depletion, we have two more types, that is P-type depletion MOSFET and N-type depletion MOSFET. Next topic is JFET. So this is the first the category of the FET. A JFET means junction field effect transistor. It is a type of FET that operates with a reverse biased PN junction to control the current in the channel. Depending on the structures, JFET fall into either of the two categories. One is N-channel or the P-channel. Dear students, here you are observing the two figures. The first figure represents N-channel JFET, where two P-type semiconductors or two P-type materials are diffused into the N-type material, which forms the N-channel. So, and next P-channel, two N-type materials are diffused into the P-channel. This is called as an P-channel JFET. So in the JFET you are observing the the two electrodes. So one is the upper electrode is called as a drain, the lower electrode is called as a source, and the two p-type materials are connected to the gate, which means the gate is connected to the p-type material. Similarly, in case of the p-channel JFET, the upper one is drain, lower one is source, and gate is connected to the n-type material. So that from this you can understand that JFET has three terminal device. So one is drain, another is source, another one is the gate. So as I told you already, figure A shows the basic structure of an n-channel JFET. The wirelets are connected to each end of the n-channel. Drain is the upper end and the source is the lower end. And two p-type regions are diffused in the n-type material to form the n-channel. Similarly, the n-type regions are diffused into the p-type material to form the p-channel. And both p-type regions are connected to the gate lead in case of n-channel JFET. Similarly, p-channel JFET is shown in the figure B. Next, operation of the JFET. The below figure which shows the biased n-channel JFET. We are observing that the gate source the junction is reverse biased and drain source junction is the forward biased. VDD provides a drain to source voltage and supplies current from drain to source. VGG sets the reverse bias voltage between the gate and the source as shown. JFET is always operated with the gate source PN junction which is reverse biased. You are observing the negative of the VGG is connected to p-type material and positive of the VGG is connected to the n-type material, so that the gate source PN junction is reverse biased. Reverse biasing of the gate source junction with a negative gate voltage produces a depletion region. So you already studied PN junction diode. So when the PN junction is forward biased, the depletion region is narrow. But in case of reverse biasing of the PN junction, the depletion region becomes widened. So like that, reverse biasing of the gate source junction with a negative gate voltage produces a depletion region along the PN junction, which extends into the n channel and thus increases the resistance by restricting the channel width. The channel width and channel resistance, which can be controlled by varying the gate voltage, thereby controlling the amount of drain current ID. So the following the two figures which represent JFET symbols. One is N channel, another is the P channel. If the arrow mark from the gate is inwards, is called as the N channel. If the arrow mark is outwards, that is called as the P channel. Next is JFET drain characteristics and parameters. Dear students, you are observing the drain characteristics. The drain characteristics also called as output characteristics. So in the drain characteristics, you are observing the graph of VDS versus ID for the constant, the VGS, the values. The figure shows that, so this is JFET with VGS 0 volts. There is no biasing, means no external supply is given to the gate of this the JFET, means it is zero biasing. See, but VDD is provided to the VDD provided, so that VDS is varying. Because of this VDD, the current ID is flowing through the RD, which is shown in the figure. So in the figure you are observing, so from at point A, VDS is equal to 0. At point A, VDS is equal to 0, the current ID becomes IDSS, means current reached the saturation state. So when the VDS increases from point A to point B, the current ID increases the linearly. At the point B, the current becomes the constant. The voltage at which the current becomes stable or constant is called as pinch-off voltage. You are observing the pinch-off voltage. What is pinch-off voltage? Pinch-off voltage is the voltage at which the current becomes constant. That is called as a pinch off voltage. The region from A to B is called as an ohmic region because there is a linear variation of the current. So from the point B onwards, the JFET enters into the active region. Active region means what? The current is constant. Current is constant, and for the varying for the different values of the VDS at VGS is equal to 0. So the region from B to C is called as the active region. So once the voltage crosses the point C, the current rapidly increases. The current increases rapidly, that breaks the JFET device. The same explanation which is given here also. What is see this pinch off voltage and the breakdown voltage, these are the important parameters of the JFET. As I told you already, for VGS is equal to 0 volts, the value of VDS at which the ID becomes sufficiently constant is the pinch off voltage. So the VP for a given JFET as a fixed value. As you can see, continued increase in VDS above the pinch off voltage produces an almost constant drain current. This value of drain current is called the IDSS, drain to source current with gate shorted. Breakdown, as I told you, when the voltage VDS crosses the point C, the current begins to increase very rapidly, and that breaks the device, or this breakdown results in the irreversible damage to the device. So JFETs are always operated below the breakdown, and which always operate within the active region, means a constant currents between the point B and point C on the graph. The family of the drain characteristics. So this is the family of the output characteristics or the drain characteristics. The family of drain characteristics curves means it is a graph of VDS versus ID for the different values of VGS. So in the previous case, JFET is unbiased, means VGS is equal to 0. Here the JFET is biased. So JFET is biased means VGS you can keep at -1 volts, -2 volts, -3 volts, -4 volts. So like this. So for the different values of VGS, the different curves you are observing on the drain characteristics, and for each the values of the VGS, you are observing the pinch off voltage. Pinch off voltage you already studied. It is the voltage at which the current becomes constant. That voltage is called pinch off voltage. So this is a family of the drain characteristics curves. So next thing is that the JFET transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics is the input characteristics, which is the graph of the input voltage VGS versus output current ID for the constant values of the VDS we say. And here you are observing for the different values of the ID, you are observing the different values of the VGS. You are observing at ID is equal to 0 when VGS is equal to VGS off. When VGS is equal to VGS off, ID becomes 0. When VGS is 0.5 VGS off, you will get ID is equal to IDSS by 4, and ID becomes IDSS by 2 when VGS is equal to 0.3 VGS off, and ID becomes IDSS when VGS is equal to 0 volts. So this is the JFET transfer characteristics, and you are observing that JFET is operating in the gate source PN junction diode, which is reverse biased. So next thing is that, next we are studying about the square law expression, which is important for examination point of view. So square law expression for the ID drain current. From the JFET transfer characteristics, the expression for the drain current can be written as ID is equivalent to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VGS of whole square. This is nothing but the VGS of is sometimes also VP. So ID is equivalent to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP or VGS of whole square. So in the above expression, ID can be determined for any values of the VGS if VGS of and IDSS are known. So this the term 1 minus VGS by VGS of whole square is the square term in the equation. So because of this term, there is a law which forms the parabolic relationship called as a square law. And the next topic is that input resistance. JFET operates with its gate source junction reverse biased, which makes the input resistance at a gate is very high. This high input resistance is one advantage of the JFET over the BJT. At a certain gate to source voltage, the input resistance can then be determined using the following equation, where Rn is equal to VGS by IGSS using the Ohm's law. So for example, JFET of 2N, JFET 2N5457 data sheet, the maximum IGSS of minus 1.0 nanoamps for VGS is equal to minus 15 volts at 25 degrees Celsius. At IGSS increases with temperature, so that the input resistance decreases. So this is the input resistance. So in the examination, they may ask you to write the short notes on the input resistance and the square law expression of for ID in case of JFET, like that they may ask in the examination. Okay, thank you for watching this the video.